Welcome to DIYeasycrafts. Today we're going to take a look at 6 different methods of cutting PVC pipe. I'm going to start with my favorite, and we're going to start with saws. My favorite way of doing it is just to use a chop saw. Chop saws are fast. They happen to cut a nice square cut, usually a pretty clean cut. And one of the major benefits is that you can use it on a variety of different size PVC. In fact, the size of the PVC is only limited by the diameter of the saw blade on the chop saw. So main benefits is you can cut different sizes. It's very fast. The cons are if the PVC is actually attached to something, you're not going to be able to use this type of saw. My next favorite in line is going to be just a Sawzall. Before I use any of the handheld saws, I like to wrap some painter's tape around the PVC. I like to use 2 or 3 inch painter's tape. You got to wrap it around so that one side matches up with the other end. And that's going to be your visual guide when cutting so that you end up with a square cut. Now the Sawzall goes through PVC like a hot knife through butter. Very quick. And if you're careful and you use the tape, you can actually get a pretty square cut. You will have to clean up the burr a little bit, and that can just be done with a knife. But it's a very fast and efficient way of cutting PVC. The next is not really my favorite, but a handsaw is very popular and very prevalent in cutting PVC. I would not recommend a hacksaw because the teeth are just too small. It takes forever to get through, and you usually don't end up with a very square cut. But a regular saw, no problem at all. Again, put the visual reference of the painter's tape or duct tape or some other type of tape on there, and then just try to cut as square as possible. And again, clean up the burr before you use it. The next and last type of saw is actually called a cable saw. This is specifically made for PVC. It's just a piece of cable with a handle on each side. Not my favorite. It's really used often when the PVC pipe is in an area where you don't have much room to work. You can use the guide, but even with the guide, it's kind of difficult to get a square cut with this. But in a pinch, if you're working, underneath the sink or you have limited access to where the pipe is, it is a method of getting through that PVC. And it's pretty quick. See how the cut is not really as square as the other methods. Now the next is a Ratcheting Pvc Tool. This particular one is from Husky. I got it at Home Depot, but a variety of different manufacturers make these things. You want to get one that ratchets, and if possible, one with a steel body will last a little bit longer. They are very easy to use. They come in a variety of sizes. So this one, for example, has a maximum size of I think 2 inches. So it'll cut the smaller pipe like I'm doing now, and it'll also cut a slightly larger pipe. You won't find one for the 3 or the 4 inch PVC pipe. So this method is limited by the size of the pipe. But it does cut very quickly, very easily, and it makes a nice, square, clean cut through the PVC. I'm just going to show you this again. That was with 1 inch. I'm going to go up to, I think it's 2 inch here. Same tool. I bought the slightly larger one. I could just cut a variety of different sizes with it. Doesn't take all that much effort, and it does create a very, very nice, clean cut. PVC can be used for a variety of do-it-yourself projects and repairs. It's just a great material. Now, in a pinch, you can also cut the smaller diameter PVC with one of these standard tube cutting tools. A lot of people have these in their toolbox. This is limited by the size of the tool, the size of the diameter of the pipe. But like I said, in a pinch, you can use this. It creates a nice square cut, goes through pretty easily, but limited by the size. So usually this would only be usable for the smaller diameter, like the 1 inch. And that's it. 6 different methods of cutting PVC pipe. from my favorite down to my least favorite in each of 2 categories, the saws as well as the cutting tools. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, I ask that you please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to this YouTube channel. I would absolutely love to hear a comment in the comments section. And please check us out on www.DIYeasycrafts for a variety of do-it-yourself projects and repairs. Thank you very much.